What's up, everyone? My name is Nate, and welcome to our second episode of the Loud Casa Talks with my good buddy Omid right on the other side of this call. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It's so good to be back again for another podcast.
First off, how was your week this week? A lot of things happened for you?
Just the usual, pretty much just keeping busy, but at the same time, also trying to have some fun.
Yeah, I actually watched Frozen 2 for the first time, and that was actually a really good film.
I thought it was fine. It was a fine sequel, even though I much prefer the first film. Sequel, it has its ups and downs, but the pros were really effective, especially with
Uh,
how we saw the mystery behind Elsa's ice.
yeah, I say that. Yeah, I say that it's still a pretty good sequel. I mean, the other thing too is that it helped answer a lot of questions from the first movie, just because we have not seen the secret between what Elsa's powers are and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that they actually. Oh, that's a kind of a spoiler. Oops.
Nate.
Oh boy. Oh. Okay. Well. Anyway, that's a good movie. Frozen 2 was actually a really good movie. For those who haven't watched it, please watch it. It's a really good film. Anyways, let's go to the recent news. If you have been looking on YouTube, Ronnie Ann and Lincoln just dropped their first ever vlog, which is really interesting considering that those two are pretty much the main characters of the Loud House and the Casa Grandes. And yeah, both of them really cooperating really well, talking a lot of secrets and stuff. A lot of fans are loving it. How did you react to the new vlog that they've dropped down?
I thought it was fine. It was just basically Lincoln and Ronnie Ann just doing their usual casual, friendly chat vlogs with their usual small stories. What I really liked about it was how the vlogs used clips from their own respective shows as illustrations of their own story. It's nice, but nothing groundbreaking or anything. I mean, we have seen so much of them and their interactions before.
Yeah, and my thing is that it's pretty cool that they at least talk a lot about Lincoln and his family, and then Ronnie Ann and her family. Try to make it work together, and it's actually a really cool thing that they're doing right now. I just hope that more episodes come out of these two having their own vlogs, maybe more on the record of what Sid does, or what more the record of what Clyde does, and vice versa and stuff. But the other thing that was important was that all the fans who love Ronnie and Lincoln, they're talking together and doing a lot of vlogs. So what's going on here for all the fans who love Ronnie and Lincoln?
Well, the vlog, like I said, did a serviceable job in showing the real bond between Lincoln and Ronnie Ann, first off. And it's also helped by the fact that Lincoln Loud actually has a new voice actor.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
that's
guys know,
right.
Lincoln Loud does have a new voice actor.
Okay, so what I heard from that is that she's a girl. So it's a girl who's actually doing the voice of Lincoln. What do you think about that?
I think the new voice of Lincoln does sound great. This new voice actress definitely lives up to loud voice actors before her. But I do feel bad for Tex Hammond, knowing that because of his puberty, he can't work alongside his own mother anymore because of this. And here's hoping that he can have at least a supporting role as some character in the future, at least. However, I do have to express my concern regarding how many times they have to switch Lincoln's voice
Uh-huh.
actors.
Yeah,
I
that's another thing to pop up.
I get it's puberty and it's natural, but this has happened too often in my opinion. Maybe it's good that the voice actress is a girl so that due to her having more high pitched voice than any of the boys obviously, she can nail Lincoln Loud even as a teenage girl or maybe even an adult girl voice actress.
Yeah, I understand that point. We have that new voice for Lincoln, and like I said, she's a female and working Lincoln's voice. I understand the whole concept of people growing up, getting to puberty, and that's one reason why Clyde and Lincoln always have been switching their voices, and which Ajay Robinson is probably gonna be next, changing his voice. I do say that this is a good thing, changing the voice actor of Lincoln. But the other thing too is like maybe she might also change her voice. It's just an ongoing thing. The thing is that Lincoln is always going to be 10 years old unless season 5, which we know that she's going to get older. then we'll actually get a change of voice in that too, possibly. So we're gonna see what we have. I mean, I like the voice. I could see Tex Hammond as a good Lincoln Loud voice, but he's not the best. I still think Colin Dean was the best out of the three. I'm gonna miss Colin, by the way, because I know Grant Palmer is currently voicing in the Loud House as Grant in the show, but I gotta miss Colin. I'm gonna miss Tex. But hey, we have a new person for Lincoln Loud.
I do have to say my favorite out of all of them is Tex Hammond personally.
Really?
I think he really nails out of all the voice actors, Tex Hammond, something about him, he just really nails the 10-year-old voice the best, in my opinion.
Okay, all right. So possibly more vlogs are coming out. What do you think Ronnie Ann and Lincoln should do in the next vlog?
Well, more stories about their previous episodes, and hopefully at least a cameo or two from their family members. Like, have an extra Loud or Casa Grande in the vlog itself, just to say hi, or just act the way they naturally would when they see Lincoln and Ronnie Ann vlogging each other. For example, I could see Carlota going into the vlog trying to promote or advertise her own YouTube channel.
Or do some makeup tips with Ronnie Ann right on her side.
I could see that legitimately happening.
How about Lincoln Loud? Which sister do you think would benefit and help in the vlog? Maybe Lori?
I would say either Luann trying to tell her puns or funny jokes, trying to liven up the comedy in the vlog, or Lola Loud, because you know how much she loves being center of attention, and she's also into makeovers and stuff.
Yeah, I can totally see that. All right, cool. So that's what popped up last Saturday, but also today, like while we're doing a recording today, we also did see a little thing from Miguel Puga. His mural is complete, and it's currently residing in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles. Now we gotta find that community and figure out where Boyle Heights is and actually see this mural that he made. What do you think about Miguel Puga's mural?
I think it's absolutely beautiful. It is just absolutely mesmerizing, and I love the amount of love and community that went behind it. Like Miguel Puga and a community of Loud House fans getting together and making this beautiful mural really shows the amount of teamwork and community that the entire group has. And I, for one, cannot wait to see it and take a picture with it.
If we ever can have a chance to go to Los Angeles, we're going to San Diego later, but we're not going to LA.
Yeah, no, we're going to a different side of Southern California, a different area, per se.
But you know what? I mean, props out to Miguel for making something like this, because you never see this ever for a cartoon. Now that the Casa Grandes is now pretty much permanent, not I don't know if it's permanent, but it's already residing there in Boyle Heights. So if you have the chance, go there and hopefully get a picture. We'll love to see it.
Yeah, not even Loud House did it. Like, you had to have a spin-off of the Casa Grandes doing this sort of thing, which does really show that you got a spin-off series that's becoming just as successful, if not more so, than this original series.
It's doing really well. Like, out of the first couple episodes, it's been doing great in the ratings, having a lot of fan base for the Casa Grande, so I would say it's very successful, but we'll talk about that in another episode coming up in the Loud Casa Talks. Now let's head over to our main topic. Okay, so today's subject is all about musicals. As you already know, last weekend, Spongebob Squarepants, the musical, already aired on Nickelodeon. And the other thing, too, is that if you notice from the musical, there has been some songs that are from the show SpongeBob that have been dropped onto the musical, like The Best Day Ever, the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. Plus, they also do have the original songs to make it like a musical type-esque, like what a musical is supposed to be. Omid, you were watching it a couple of days ago, or a couple nights ago. What do you think about the SpongeBob musical?
I thought the musical was adequate enough. I'll give it that the musical is full of energy, and the cast and crew did do a good job of what they've been given. I will say, though, that Squidward is easily the best part of the musical. Gavin Lee as Squidward, he really steals the show for me,
Mm-hmm.
and he perfectly captures each and every trait of the character, from the annoyed facial expressions to his passion for the arts to the way he looks down on other characters, especially SpongeBob, to even the voice. The voice. Other than that, well, it's a good one-time watch, but I feel that watching a live-action musical of SpongeBob doesn't quite feel the same as its animated series it's based on, mainly because animation is limitless, and live-action musicals have limited body language and energy when compared to animated shows.
Yeah, I thought the SpongeBob musical was adequate, like you said. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was great. I love the fact that they had a mission, and this is kind of different because they have to save Bikini Bottom in this case. But then again, what's the point of like every SpongeBob movie is to save Bikini Bottom and all that stuff. So, but facts aside, I mean, the SpongeBob, I think, deserves this kind of musical. They have been on for 20 years, and it makes sense for them to have a musical because they have a lot of music episodes with the show itself. I mean, you have your favorites of SpongeBob music.
Well, funny enough, though I do like a good SpongeBob musical episode, I have to say most of my absolute favorite songs from SpongeBob aren't really from the musical episodes themselves, but rather from the non-musical episodes. Songs that I say are my favorites all around are When I Rip My Pants for the sweet message of being true to yourself, FUN for the upbeat positive message about friendship and the dynamic duet between SpongeBob and Plankton, the Campfire Song for being catchy and being a fun song to sing when you're out with friends, and of course, Sweet Victory for obvious reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about that one. So I understand the Super Bowl didn't air it. I know you're hating on it still.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. No,
Oh my god.
no. We're not touching that subject. We're not touching that topic.
Why? It's just because they don't want to play it. I get it. Yes, I understand. Your Super Bowl halftime show does not have SpongeBob. Plus, it was also bad. We get it. It is bad.
I'm never drinking Pepsi again.
Oh yeah, good. Coke is better than Pepsi. Shout out to my friend.
It's always better than Pepsi.
Shout out to my friend who keeps saying Pepsi's better than Coke.
Boo.
All right,
He
so
can't say that now. He can't say that
yeah.
now.
So why are we talking about a SpongeBob musical today? Well, our subject today is about musical episodes. Knowing that this is a Loud House podcast, there's only one episode that fits the genre of musical, and that is Really Loud Music. No doubt about it, Really Loud Music has been on everybody's top list, like one of the best episodes we've seen, how a musical episode is supposed to run, this and that, a lot of stuff. So in this episode of the LoudCasa Talks, we're going to take a further step into Really Loud Music, why it became so popular, why it really hit all of us fans, and compare it to other musical episodes of shows and see how they compare to what Really Loud Music is. So let's start it off with our review of Really Loud Music. For Really Loud Music being a musical episode, it really did hit all the aspects of what a musical episode is about, right, Omid?
I agree. From the musical numbers to the animation that complements said musical numbers, to the energy, to the emotion, to the vocal performances, especially Nika Futterman as Luna Loud, to the well-written story and characters. It perfectly captures all the essential aspects needed to be a good musical episode.
Yeah. And no doubt about it, every character from the Louds actually did have a song. What was your favorite out of the whole bunch of songs that they were singing in Really Loud Music?
I love most of the songs from Really Loud Music, but the two that really stand out to me are Luna's two songs, What Have I Done and Play It Loud. Actually, my favorite ever is What Have I Done, because it does an amazing job in showing Luna's insecurities and dilemmas in dealing with executive producers interfering with her personality and music lifestyle and changing her into a pop star, which is something completely different from who she really is, which is, well, a rock star. As for Play It Loud, it really shows the real Luna Loud the best. I mean, her rock star persona. And the song itself is really rocking and something to jam to when you crank it up to maximum volume. I love that it shows Luna's passion for rock, and it becomes essential to the plot in both the beginning and the end.
So, how about the other Loud sisters? Which ones do you like out of them?
Funny enough, my real issue with most of these songs is I feel they're a bit too short.
Well, yeah, they are because you're trying to fit it all in a 30-minute episode.
I would have to say some of my favorites from her siblings are Lana's song Toilet Jam,
That's not bad.
Lola's song, the Glam song, Luann's song.
Luann's song was kind of short on that one, but it was actually pretty catchy.
Of course, Lori and Lenny's song. Well, Lori and Lenny's song, yeah.
You gotta put the slow jams on, man. I get it. Lenny's trying to hook up with what's his name again? What's his name?
Chaz.
Chaz. There you go. See, we're not even getting enough word about Chaz. There should be a thing with Lenny and Chaz, and only for like a couple of seconds, Lenny had a thing with Chaz. I actually like that song, Lori to Lenny. Yeah, of course, it makes sense. This is a more sisterly bond of a song. That's actually one of my favorites. But I also do want to put out a shout out to Michelle Lewis, who put up the song Best Thing Ever, because that was actually a really catchy song, and I really loved it.
Oh, and also Lisa's rap song I really love.
Yeah,
I think that's...
I really don't understand why Lisa got into West Coast rap. Like, literally, like, that's how West Coast rap is supposed to be. How she gets into hip-hop, I really gotta understand how. I mean, she's a 4-year-old, and she knows how rap works.
I hope there's an episode that shows why, but I actually found it very funny because it's a quirk or a taste that's outside of the scientist's realm.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is, do you like the Parents song? I mean, that's country. You also saw Lincoln and Clyde, doing their DDR song. Also, shout outs to Lynn Loud. That's actually a really catchy song. That's more of like a sports anthem beside the theme song that she put up.
Yeah, Lynn's song would be the type of music that would be best suited for a party.
Yeah, so she's got the party song right there.
As for Rita and Lynn Sr.'s song, I personally don't really like it. It's not just because I don't like country music, but because I found it too corny.
Yeah, we just pretty much went through all the songs of what happened in Really Loud Music. That was pretty much the first half of the show. But the other thing, too, is the big aspect of what the story is for this musical episode. It's all about Luna. She tries her best in competing for a top spot and hopefully getting a record contract, which is her dream to actually become high in the spotlight. But how impactful was this episode, considering Luna Loud, is this her dream? She wants to become the pop star that she is, but only to be taken down with whatever Doug and Michelle did. And that's a part of this episode that really hits hard. Omi, when you saw that, what did you think?
I have to say, I absolutely agree. Because of this, it really does succeed as both a Loud House episode and a musical episode. Like, it's really one of the very best episodes of the entire series. It's right up there with Roadie to Nowhere, which coincidentally are both episodes starring my favorite Loud, Luna Loud. I love that both episodes touch upon Luna's insecurities, and these two episodes really show the hurdles and obstacles that she has to go through in order to pursue her dreams of becoming a rock star.
Indeed. If I were to look back at that when we watched it together, you and me actually did watch it together when we were seeing Really Loud Music. It does make sense why a lot of fans really do like this episode. I don't know why some people would actually hate this episode, but I would say this is, I think, how musicals are supposed to be written. And if you compare this to like what SpongeBob did with the SpongeBob musical, I don't think it actually can beat it, because even for a 30-minute episode, this already hits all the points of what Really Loud Music was about how Luna Loud can become a pop star, but she also has to remember that her dream of becoming a rock star is what's supposed to be her dream, not somebody else taking her place.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. It does show a realistic side of what rock stars have to go through in order to become, well, rock stars.
Yeah. So maybe look back at this episode, we also want to see how special it is compared to other musical episodes. I mean, recently we saw Big City Greens have a musical episode for Christmas. South Park had their musical episode when they did a High School Musical parody. Also, Total Drama World Tour, we gotta put a shout out to them because they pretty much made a musical out of their season. If you can compare Really Loud Music to all these other musical episodes, like, how would you compare this compared to the others?
Now, in terms of how it is compared to other musical episodes from other shows, I would say that it is better than some and not quite as good as others. It's definitely better than songs from, say, Total Drama World Tour, which when I go back and listen to them, they're pretty eh.
Yeah. Look,
They're not really the Broadway type. They don't
we were
really.
we were fans of Total Drama, and we could say this. This is, I mean, the third season was still a good season. It's just that when it comes to the songs, I know it was all scripted and all, made to make it look like a musical season, and it worked somehow. I mean, the show still did really well, I would say. This is from my perspective. I think World Tour was actually a really good season. I still say Total Drama Island was obviously the best season.
Total Drama Island is by far the best
Yeah,
one.
and then you compare it with the other Total Drama seasons. I'm like, okay, action sucked. World Tour was good, and then you got other ones that are in. I mean, Total Drama Rama is the current one that's on right now, and it's not even like a competition show.
Oh no, yeah, Total Drama Rama, I do not like at all. I'm sorry.
What? It's supposed to be for kindergartners. Okay.
The whole point of Total Drama is for to be kindergarten.
Okay,
It's for teenagers.
All right. What else were you saying, Omid?
Oh, and it's definitely way better than the songs from that episode of SpongeBob called Atlantis Squarepants. By the way, I really did not like that episode. I'm leaving it at that. Now, I did enjoy the songs from the South Park show, like the songs from the High School Musical parody called Elementary School Musical. But I have to say, when you really compare it to Really Loud Music really does show them how it's done. And this is coming from someone who is a huge fan of South Park.
Yeah, I would say, because you watched that episode. What did you say, like, that was okay? I mean, it was pretty cool that they were actually do a parody of High School Musical. Of course, elementary, since they're elementary kids.
I really do like Elementary School Musical. In fact, I really love the High School Musical parody behind it and how it switched up that one character to make it seem like, okay, he's really into basketball, he's not really into musical. It's
Yep.
refreshing. It's sort of refreshing to see a new take on that sort of.
But then again, this is what South Park does. It always takes parodies of certain things.
And they do it with perfection.
And they tackle High School Musical out of the blue. High School Musical became a thing for South Park to do. But then again, South Park, every freaking episode I see, there's always something that they would take out of media and would put it on their episode. It's pretty funny how they do it.
Yes, it's very funny.
Okay, now let's talk about the one musical that we both watched, which is the Big City Greens Christmas musical.
Yes, I really do love that one. It's probably one of my favorite Christmas episodes in all of cartoons. Like, it's right up there, definitely.
Okay.
And the songs themselves are really great to listen to. My favorite out of all of them is definitely the Christmas is Busted song, sung beautifully by Tilly.
Oh, Tilly.
It is just golden. Like,
yes.
Oh my god, the emotions, the feels. You can really feel Tilly's inner betrayal.
Yes, I really have to say, like, out of what the Big City Greens crew does, they put a musical episode of our Christmas special and it works, and I'm really happy. But then again, nobody freaking watches Big City Greens. Come on, watch it, guys. Come on.
It's so underappreciated. You gotta watch it. Gloria's best girl. Gloria's best character.
Okay, I get it. Gloria is your favorite, but Tilly! Oh my god, how can you not like Tilly? I just... Okay, so...
She's a close second for me, I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I gotta say this, though. I mean, SpongeBob SquarePants does have their musical moments, too. Like, they have hit songs that we all enjoyed. Like, The Sponge Who Can Fly, that was one of my favorites. They had To Love a Patty, that was actually a pretty good song, too. But they've been memorable moments for SpongeBob. But then again, like you said, for Atlantis SquarePants, that had a lot of songs there, too. But of course, you said it's not even that great.
No, it's not good.
Okay, so...
Actually, while we're on the subject of cartoon shows with musical numbers,
we can actually talk about like TV shows and cartoons. So if you know a TV show that did a musical episode, you could go ahead and put it up too.
Let's talk about The Simpsons, because Simpsons themselves had some great musical numbers also. My personal favorite ones are Monorail from Marge versus the Monorail, We Do from Homer the Great, and Baby on Board from Homer's Barbershop Quartet. Those are some really great classic songs to listen to from some really great Simpsons episodes from the Golden Age.
That was like a long time ago, wasn't it? That they did a musical episode.
They've done plenty, but when I refer to those three songs, I'm talking about from both musical and non-musical episodes, like just Simpsons episodes in general.
Oh, okay. So just going through all the songs. I don't watch The Simpsons as much, so I wouldn't know about this. So, yeah, I mean, Simpsons did have their musical moments as well. What other things did we actually get up there? Apparently, How I Met Your Mother did a musical episode as well. You know, the Suits song that Neil Patrick Harris did. That was actually a really good song that he did. He's kind of the best actor out there.
One of the best actors working to date.
Well, yeah, he's doing his own thing now. He's doing that Series of Fortunate Events show. Now he's doing commercials for Old Navy, so he's everywhere. I don't know what he does. Plus, by the way, How I Met Your Mother was a really good show if you ever guys want to watch that.
Series finale aside.
Okay, yeah, besides that, I don't care about the series finale. What other cartoons can we actually put up for our musical episodes? I mean, I have to look back and look at all the musical episodes I pulled up, but they're not a lot come to mind. Like, I've seen Total Drama, Simpsons, South Park, but yeah, not a lot of cartoons or TV shows actually tackle musicals as much.
They don't. And going back to really loud music, when in comparison to some of the musical numbers and episodes I just mentioned, as I said before, when it comes to those, really loud music really does have tough competition. Like, even when using What Have I Done as its own
That's
strong
actually, we gotta talk about that because that was a really good song. Go ahead,
I still consider it a tough fight against those musical numbers and shows.
What Have I Done was actually a really good song. I mean, it's supposed to be that one song that encloses the whole point of what Luna did. Of course, trying to sell herself out as becoming a pop star, and of course, missing the point of becoming what she was supposed to be, a rock star. And that whole sequence, when you watch the video, when you watch the episode when she sings What Have I Done, really was kind of impactful. Because she's, at the rain singing. She's looking through every contestant and seeing that, why am I this person? This and that. Seeing that her life has changed because of this role, getting into stardom and all. So I have to say, like, What Have I Done was a really good song. I think when you compare it to other songs that are out there for other TV shows, this is one that I think was, the best.
Yes, I agree. We're both in agreement right there.
We can't debate on that one.
We cannot.
No. So let's try to wrap things up here. What do you think about this episode? What was your rating on this?
Easily a 10 out of 10. I would say, like I said before, it really nails each and every aspect of what makes a good cartoon musical. Like I said, it is a masterpiece of an episode, and I can see why so many people rank it as their number one favorite, or even top two favorites like myself.
Yeah, and I have to give this, I never really give out 10 out of 10s for episodes because I have to make sure they're all perfect, but this is the one exception. I actually do give this a 10 out of 10 because if you ought to look back at how the music goes and how the story is for really loud music, it really did hit all aspects. I do say that this really does count as one of the best episodes of season 3, and it actually was the best episode of season 3, thanks to our episode tournament that we did earlier in 2019. So congrats. Definitely, it was a really good episode. I can't say much about it. Everything was perfect. If those who have not seen Really Loud Music would love to see it, it'll be on the Nick app. I'm pretty sure it's still there. If not, then you can just try to find it or whatever it's on Nickelodeon, that is. It was a really fun episode today for our podcast because, like I said, we're trying to get more in-depth of episodes, which we did today with Really Loud Music. And the next episode, we're going to do the same thing because Christmas is coming up real soon. We're going to be discussing more about 11 Louds of Leaping.
Yes, we got to get into the Christmas spirit and talk about the Christmas episode coming up.
I mean, it's like 2 weeks till Christmas, right?
That's what I mean. Christmas is coming up.
No,
so
it literally is going to start in 2 weeks. So have you finished up your shopping and got all the gifts for everybody?
I literally just did last night.
Really? So you went out shopping last night?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Christmas, all day Christmas shopping last night.
Don't tell me what I got yet.
It's a surprise.
Okay, I know, and I'm gonna surprise you with my gift later. Anyways, but yeah, that's the end of our podcast. As I said, our next episode will tackle more on Love Loud Sleeping since we're gonna be in the Christmas mood. But thank you all for listening on our podcast, the LoudCasa Talks. If you can, please subscribe to our podcast. They're all on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our other platforms that have our podcasts. Please subscribe. Everything helps. This is to help you guys and our thoughts of how the episodes of Loud House and the Casa Grandes. If you have any suggestions that you would like to talk about in a future episode, please message our social medias on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or you can also comment on our YouTube video that is currently airing. But yeah, that's it for our podcast. Thanks, Omid, for spending another night with me.
Yeah, no problem. Another fun day, another great podcast, another day, another podcast.
And yeah, like I said, if you those who have not seen Really Loud Music, please do. It is a really good episode. And that's why we wanted to tackle on these kind of musical stuff. Anyways, that's it for now from the Loud Casa Talks. My name is Nate, and my good buddy Omid.
This is Omid here, signing off. Good night, Loud House.
All right, see you guys next week.